Hi, name's Matthew Jester. So I'm making this video right now, and I'm actually going to just be recording from this phone on just a one angle. This is going to be for YouTube. And then I'm going to do this on Facebook Live, actually. It's my birthday today, so I'm hoping that my mother actually ends up seeing it. I'm not 100% sure, have no idea, so it's kind of up in the air on, like if she'll happen to see it or not. But it would be very, very helpful for me if she happened to see it because um, the situation being that um, sorry, the hypnosis isn't hitting me right now a lot. The situation being that um, I haven't been able to tell her what's going on with how I'm being abused, so I'm hoping to be able to get that figured out. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start making the video. Just a second. Okay. Just some messages, and I'm a little bit too busy to answer at the moment. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm just trying to double check and make sure that I know what I'm going to be saying and everything along those lines. It's a little difficult of a situation to deal with. Um, Hi everyone. So I'm not going to be doing a standard introduction or anything like that today. It's actually my birthday, and I've been having some difficulties. I've been actually making a lot of videos on YouTube, and having difficulties with hypnosis, inhibiting my ability to speak and repressing my memory, and inhibiting my ability to write as well. So I have prepared here some evidence that I was hypnotized before I got framed for the assault charges that I was framed for. And the nice thing is that, sorry about that, it's not. Um, so the hypnosis was used to frame me for the assault charges. Sorry about that, and it's becoming very difficult for me to talk because of the hypnosis as well. I mean, if you really know me, you know this is not normal for me either, right? It's not normal for anybody to have to record themselves several hours a day because they're saying that hypnosis is inhibiting their ability to write. And I was told that they did that so that I wouldn't be able to overcompensate for the hypnosis repressing my memory and just be able to write it down. And they also did that to prevent me from being able to testify in court or consult with my attorney in court. And I'm going to go ahead and actually start speaking about the case. So, there was a restraining order put out between me and my mother, and I need this restraining order removed because the restraining order was intended to prevent me from telling my mother about the hypnosis and how much I've been getting abused because they wouldn't have been able to get away with hypnotizing and abusing me if I was able to tell my mother about it, and because they needed to keep my mother from testifying at trial so that they could frame me. I was told that Bear River Mental Health hired assistants to accompany my mother during the day because I had medical malpractice against Bear River Mental Health, and the assistants were intended to prevent me from breaking the restraining order because they framed me um, just to keep me from getting medical malpractice. They wanted to ruin my credibility and make me look like a criminal so I couldn't press charges against the doctors that abused me as well. And I'm still hypnotized, and I really need to reverse this entire thing. I also wanted to point out here if I was able to tell my mother how much I'm being abused, she would probably call Logan Courthouse and tell the judge he is a sick, disgusting, appalling, deplorable person for ever putting a restraining order between me and my mother, and press charges against Logan Courthouse and the judge for ever putting a restraining order between me and my mother, um, and ever even pressing charges against me in the first place, even suing Logan Police Department as well. So, I'm still hypnotized and it's inhibiting me. a lot. It's extremely abusive. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here, just explaining a little bit of the situation. I was hypnotized 8 different times by 8 different people who collaborated together against me because of medical malpractice and politics. They impersonated the Make a Wish Foundation and told me that my friend Delaney wrote the Make a Wish Foundation for me because she felt bad for me since I was suffering from hyperventilation syndrome and as a result of medical malpractice and abuse. Um, I was told that Donald Trump, who was the president at the time in 2018, responded to the letter and wanted me to make a movie for the Make a Wish Foundation about legalizing marijuana federally instead of making a YouTube channel about the media propaganda surrounding marijuana and exposing the war on drugs and politicians involved for being corrupt by literally abusing and criminalizing medical patients for using marijuana when marijuana has so many different medical uses. Um, with the hyperventilation syndrome, it really emphasized the safety profile of marijuana in comparison to antidepressants because the side effects, including suicidal thoughts and ideation, caused me to develop PTSD and hyperventilation syndrome while I've never experienced a negative reaction to marijuana. The reason why I was hypnotized was to prevent me from making a YouTube channel long enough so that I could be framed for assault charges I never committed, so that I couldn't get medical malpractice and sue the doctors who abused me because then I would look like the criminal. And also, I wanted to point out, so there's something called a critical factor or critical faculty in hypnosis, and this is basically it's kind of like I mean, it's an aspect of consciousness. So if you want to take into consideration how short-term memory is an aspect of consciousness, right? And you can hold about 7 ± 2 bits of information in your short-term memory at one time, like a phone number, for example, um, before you forget it. And then the critical faculty is a very similar concept to like short-term memory as being an aspect of consciousness, but it's not the exact same thing. It's it pertains to information processing and the ability to accept or reject suggestions, and questioning and analyzing information before acceptance by the unconscious mind. Sorry about that. Wow, the hypnosis is really inhibiting me a lot. So in the general, right, the critical faculty function is inhibited more than that of a child while in the deep stage trance of hypnosis called somnambulism. Making the claim of making a movie for the Make-A-Wish Foundation actually believable, for one. As an example of this, also, this is the reason why they say that why it's commonly known in the field of hypnosis that children have an underdeveloped critical faculty, and it doesn't exactly develop until around age 7. For example, things like the Tooth Fairy, Santa Claus, and the Easter Bunny. These would be examples of the suggestions that a child is not exactly able to reject or process or analyze or question. So, you can tell a child about these things and they'll believe you. Um, but for an adult, it's not necessarily that easy. Although, while in the deep stage trance of somnambulism, um, the critical faculty can be impaired more than that of a small child's. The ability to reject suggestions is inhibited more than that of a small child's. So it can really distort your beliefs. Not insane or crazy, just hypnotized, right? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I want to make the video a little bit better. I kind of screwed up at the beginning, so thanks for watching. Okay, I just want to get this done. 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 Set that to never delete. I'm going to go ahead and just add to this here. Hi, my name is Matthew. Let me see. Because I wanted to also point out here, hold on just a second. Pause, and then I want to leave a comment. Okay, and then hold on just a second. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start that over. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it. Hold on just a second. Hi, today's my birthday actually, and my mother even posted on my Facebook timeline for my birthday. Um, Unfortunately, there's a situation that I'm going to discuss in a moment that I can't exactly, talk directly to my mother at the moment. But I can make a video and talk about things that I would like to talk to her about. And, so as an example, if I was able to tell my mother how much I'm being abused, she would probably call Logan Courthouse and tell the judge he is a sick, disgusting, appalling, deplorable person for ever putting a restraining order between me and my mother in the first place and press charges against Logan Courthouse and against the judge for ever putting a restraining order between me and my mother and for pressing charges against me in the first place as well. I'm going to go ahead and explain all of this. So, like I said, with a restraining order, I'm not able to message my mother directly, but that doesn't mean that I can't tell people what I would like my mother to be told, right? Or what I would like to tell my mother. Just like I can make a video about what I would like to tell my mother, but I just can't ask anybody to communicate that to my mother. But I can, go ahead and say that it's deplorable and it's appalling and it's disgusting, and that the person that put the restraining order in between me and my mother is a sick, disgusting, despicable, excuse for a human being. Um, so moving on. Sorry about that. Um, I need the restraining. I need the restraining order. And I also wanted to point out I was hypnotized to feel angry when I would resist post-hypnotic suggestions. By the way, I just wanted to point that out. Um, so I need the restraining order removed between me and my mother because the restraining order was intended to prevent me from telling my mother about the hypnosis and how much I've been getting abused, because they wouldn't have been able to get away with hypnotizing and abusing me if I was able to tell my mother about it, and because they needed to keep my mother from testifying at trial so that they could frame me. I'm still hypnotized, and I really need to reverse the hypnosis. What I also wanted to say was, like I'm gonna be making the next video, and the video again, actually. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just ensure, to write down, for example, if my mother happens to watch the video because she's my friend on Facebook, um, to ensure to watch the video all the way through because it's extremely important. Okay, hold on a second. The hypnosis is really inhibiting me right now. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video now. And I'm gonna start the video over. So I apologize about that. The hypnosis is inhibiting my handwriting too a lot. It's just so extremely abusive. It is extremely abusive. It is extremely abusive. It is extremely abusive. I apologize about that. Hold on just a second. Okay. Sorry, the hypnosis is making me feel so strained right now. I apologize about that. Um, it's not my fault I'm being abused with hypnosis. You know what I mean? It's just not. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just start the video over. Thanks for watching. Okay, so that just happened. Hi, so, today's my birthday. Actually, and my mother even posted on my Facebook timeline for my birthday. So, um, unfortunately, there's a situation that we're going to discuss in a moment that I can't exactly talk directly to my mother at the moment. But I can make a video and talk about. Okay, hold on just a second. So let me see. Um, oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I want to write these down in like an actual notebook on a piece of paper, just so I can have it written down. On something that's bigger to see. Sorry about that. So anyways, yeah. Anyways, sorry about that. Hypnosis is really being used to abuse me a lot. And it's inhibiting my ability to write. Sorry about that. Wow. My mother happens to watch this video. It's extremely important for her or anyone else to finish to watch the video from the beginning to the end completely. From the this is taking too long, this is taking too long, this is taking too long, this is taking too long. From the beginning to the end in order to understand what's going on. Alright, and then let me see. Second was I'm not able to ask anyone to speak to my mother for me, but she can still watch the video and people can still send it to her regardless just from a legal standpoint, right? Wow. The hypnosis is inhibiting me so much. The hypnosis is inhibiting me so much. The hypnosis is in. Sorry about that. Again, the hypnosis is inhibiting me a lot. Like I said before in the video, it is, being used to antagonize me and also elicit a strong emotional reaction or a reaction of anger if I resist post-hypnotic suggestions. Because I wouldn't be able to stop anybody. I have no responsibility to ensure that she doesn't watch the video. Or to ensure no one shares the video with her. So especially because my mother never requested a restraining order. And because it would be literally the ethical and moral thing to do. To do by sharing it with her. By sharing the video with her. so that she can at least understand how I am forced to survive and endure relentless abuse and torture through hypnosis